You talk about your organization. You guys have a lot of types of service and advocacy work. If you could explain a little bit more what you guys do in particular.
Okay. We do everything from mental health, counseling in many different languages, and what we do is we blend the best of Eastern traditions and Western traditions. So, for instance, a treatment plan might include that person's traditions. If that person's traditions include healers, for instance, or family or religious leaders or other community members, they will be included in the treatment plan along with whatever Western counseling or medical assistance, psychiatric help, or psychological assistance might be necessary. So we are known nationwide for our ability to be where the client is and respect his or her culture and their understanding of what mental health is. We also provide services for elderly folks, so everything from information and assistance to case management to help them to live healthy lives in their own homes. In addition, we have senior meals programs and help people to be, again, healthy, connecting with others, not only eating nutritious food, but being able to socialize with others in their own languages. And we provide services to youth, so young people who are learning how to prevent violence in their communities or personal lives. We have both programs for young women and young men and leadership development. We provide citizenship services for people who'd like to become citizens, and we help them to register to vote because we know a lot of people want to become active in our democracy as soon as they become citizens. We also have a vocational program which helps people to learn how to apply for jobs if they haven't done so before in this country, and how to prepare resumes, what their rights are on the job, and help them to retain their jobs and climb the ladder once they're there. So a number of different things. We also have problem gambling programs for people who find that to be a problem, and recovery services and services for people who are battling chemical addictions like alcohol or drug addictions, and recovery programs for their families for people who are in recovery. So a whole bunch of different things. A food bank, which is the third most used food bank in King County, and the only one that really specializes in food and produce that are common to Asian and Pacific Islander diets. So every year with the community, we involve over 1,000 people in our Walk for Rice to raise money, usually over $100,000 to purchase rice for our food bank. And in addition to the services, we also have a social justice mission, and we advocate with and for our communities to make sure that there's equal access to social services, education, employment, and other equal rights issues. And every year we join with our sister agencies around the state and our communities, and we together bring a couple thousand people to Olympia every year with a legislative agenda to talk with our legislators and our governor about the issues that are important to our communities. So there's a lot going on. We also believe in being sensitive to the environment, so the building that we're in, which we just completed construction on a year ago, is a green building, and as you've noticed as you've walked around, it's filled with art because we believe in the healing and transformative and unifying potential of art for our clients and our community. So we believe in approaching people holistically, and that's what we try and offer as an organization.
Well, I think it's definitely paying off. There's not enough hours in the day to do it all, but you have a big building that's beautiful, a big staff that everyone's hardworking, you can tell, and they all want to be here helping people, and it's making a difference, and that's important.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the good questions now. I guess, where were you born, and where do you live now?
I was born in Seattle, raised in Seattle, and I currently live in Seattle.
You're a Seattleite, true and true.
Yes.
I guess, who migrated over from Japan, and where did they settle in your family?
My maternal grandparents migrated from Japan and settled in Seattle. My paternal grandparents migrated to California, and my father came to Seattle, met my mother, and started our family here in Seattle. So my family's been in Seattle for about 3 generations. If you count the next generation, 4 generations now.
Excellent. And moving from there, I guess, what are, in terms of your heritages that have passed down, or traditions that have come down from your grandparents, your great-grandparents, all the way down, are there certain things that, because obviously you're an American citizen, but obviously you have some Japanese traditions. Are there anything that stands out that paintings you have in your house, or things that you do, or certain things that you celebrate?
Well, the strength of culture never ceases to amaze me. Even several generations down the line, I find that my life is still informed by many cultural assumptions and traditions. One tradition, which isn't a family tradition, but a community tradition, which I've always enjoyed, is the Bonodori. It is a dance that takes place here in Seattle once a year during Seafair, but it really takes place in different parts of the country and of course in Japan, and it honors departed ancestors. And to me, it's very meaningful because every year people from not only the Japanese community but from many communities come together. Some are dressed in kimono, others are dressed in Western dress, and they all join together in dancing and participating in this tradition and honoring ancestors. And when I think about all that our community has gone through in this country, and the effort to leave behind traditions or eliminate them when people were incarcerated in internment camps during World War II, I really marvel at the fact that this tradition has survived that experience and continues to be one which other generains join in. So if you go to this event, you may see people from 5 different generations dancing in line, both within the community and outside the community. And to me, it's a very beautiful sight for that reason.
That's very neat, and it's something that can be passed down, like you said, 5 different generations.